My name's Claudia. We're at the International Winter Film Awards at 230 and 5th in Manhattan, and I'm here with...
Yes, this is like my fifth or sixth Winter Film Awards. I always come out to support my friends and all the people in the industry.
And what is your name, sir?
My name is Ron.
Ron is my little stalker. I see him wherever I go.
It's just a major coincidence.
I think he's lying.
Never intentional. It just always.
And through all of his stalking, we've become very good friends.
Yes. And when I'm not there, you do miss me.
I do miss him. And one thing we have in common is
Like withdrawal, right?
I suffer withdrawal when he's not around. I have stalker withdrawal among many other withdrawals. What about yourself?
Oh, yes, I have withdrawal. I have event withdrawal when I don't go out.
He has event withdrawal. That's a good kind of withdrawal. Now I have to ask you an important question. Are you an Elvis fan?
I'm a huge Elvis fan. But I've never saw him live, unfortunately. No, not the real Elvis. I've seen other people who pretend, who portray Elvis.
Elvis tribute artists. You've seen Elvis tribute artists.
Many.
So have I, and I've never seen the real deal.
I would have loved to have been at the 68 special, but I missed it. I think that was terrific.
I was born in the wrong era.
Yes, definitely happens.
Unfortunately.
Yes, but your love of Elvis is always going to be appreciated, and I'm sure Priscilla is greatly appreciated.
If Elvis would have meant me, he'd still be alive.
Yes. Probably wouldn't have shot the TV either.
No, he would be around.
But we're both huge fans, and we remember him in our own way.
And we love him, and he should be president of the United States. Then this world would be a much better place. That's my humble opinion.
Yes, Elvis was definitely who tried to make people happy, and that's the most important thing.
Music makes us happy. Anyway, you can find me on Instagram, Claudia Faltz, Model with Style, and you can find my buddy here.
Ron Portnoy, CPA on Instagram. There's a dot in there somewhere, but I don't remember where it was.
We'll find him. Over and out.
We just want,
Let's find first. What's your name? What is your name?
Nina Faley.
You know?
Nina.
Do you know it's a Russian name?
It's a Russian, Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Yes, Russian and Spanish.
How do you get to get that name? Your parents?
My mom. My mom.
What do you know about the history of that name?
Do you know famous Nina? I know Nina Simone. I know Nina Simone. Then they have Christopher Columbus, the Nina Pinta de Santa Maria. But it's nothing.
What do you do? Who are you?
Excuse me?
What do you do? Who are you?
I do a lot of things, but at the moment I'm a police officer for New York City DCAS. I also do acting, modeling.
Do you think there is a connection between being a police officer and doing fashion and acting and the model?
The connection. Well, the job, I don't act at work. I'm actually a professional police officer, but I have played roles as a detective and a district DA at several television shows like Law and Order, Billions, and Bull.
I purchased my own police uniform in China and for New York NYPD, and I assembled it because I'm not a police officer, so they would not sell it to me. Okay. But I often go to the stunt work, so I had to.
Are you an actor that you need?
Yeah, I needed a uniform, but I do a lot of stunt work, like jumping and falling. So I had to put a lot of inside stuff so I can fall and jump.
Protection.
Yes, protection gear.
But you can get that from the construction stores, and you can order them online from Amazon too.
But the NYPD uniform, the labels, that was difficult to get, so I had to go in China to get mine.
Iron them on. Or you can iron them on. Iron on.
Iron?
Iron. Iron on.
Yeah, but I have to do like a stitching, so it looks legit for the film. It has to be
Look official.
Look official.
Okay.
Because I had to take quite a few pictures of the real police officers to figure out what goes where. Because
Okay.
I was as a designer, I was assembling the whole thing, like with the belts and the like guns and all that stuff, so to make it real. That was fun. Why do you do it?
Why do I do the job? I've always, my life and every job I've had, I've always been in a job of service. So I've done the military, law enforcement. I advocate, my company is called Women on the Go. I advocate for people and families that are in crisis. So I like to service people. I like to make sure that people's rights are.
I did as a designer. I did last year a fashion show about the woman in force. So I had I had models from the NYPD, and I had models from the FBI and different like army. So I thought that as a designer, it's important to show that girls can be strong and forceful and powerful at the same time. They can be beautiful to look. So people think, oh, the models is just for the sex and prostitution. No, model, you want to be on the podium, you want to be on the stage. You don't have to I feel
It's in the eye of the beholder. So everyone is beautiful. It's just that certain people have certain things that anyone can be attracted to. It could be your eyes, your nose, your shoulders, the way you move, the way you speak. Beauty is like everything.
What is your Instagram?
Oh, my Instagram is Nina Faye Lee at Instagram.com. My Facebook is Nina Faye Lee.
Guys, check it out. She might have police pictures and pictures from the photo shoots.
From the photo shoots, yes. We just did it. We just did a photo shoot. We did a photo shoot with the Lamborghini and everything. It was wonderful.
Guys, check it
Look
out.
forward to us. We'll be having something really big, guys, in August. Watch out. Women on the Go and Mr. David Bowles.
Do a plug-in for him.
Oh, this is Mr. David Bowles. Mr. Bowles.
Hello, how you doing, everybody out there? You should have been here. It's a great event. You should have been here. See you next year.
All right. Now we're going to get this party started? That's what I like to hear. So, I want you guys to give a big round of applause for our first musical guest. Off the block, please put your hands together for that. The sheriff is here. The sheriff is here. Hey. Turn the music, right? True colors get exposed, got them on the edge. I heard you was talking, what was that? Please repeat, come again. Say it to my face, there's no need to resist. We are not 10, cut the shenanigans. We are grown men. Either you outwalk all the way in. Over here, we are made men with no tolerance. Disgruntled get dealt with. I promise it. Only doing iconic shit. Don't get on the double up. Hey, I'm trying to flip my moves into the mood. That's my kind of shit. Yeah, I try all our vibes rolling up some high grade. Pass the rubber rolling up the right way. And it's cooler than a light man. Cause they'll never move like way. My unit moves together, yeah, we tight, man. Strong pole, got a tight grip. 100 competition ghost. James St. Patrick. I go pull a hat trick. Niggas pull up and clap shit. That's right. Pull up with the mortar match. Put them all for the rivers. Hey, hey, hey. Really said good. So you know we gonna get it. Hey, hey. Girl, cut the music, man. Turn the music up real loud. Turn it in a little loud. Keep music on the block. On the block. How y'all feeling in here? Let's go. Hey, hey. Let's go. We can't play no games. We can't play no games. Ain't no way. When they play them games, shit just ain't the same. Ain't no way. Yeah, they spray them games. Yeah, they spray them games every day. So don't play no games. We don't play no games. No way. We don't play no games. Shit just ain't the same. Ain't no way. On the same thing. Every day. We don't play no games. Tell them. Stay around all the goonies. Yeah. Stay around all the toolies. Yeah. Give it like to be a movie. Yeah. Camera action on the roof. We don't stick to the script. A lot of shit be improv. Close time ain't no problem. Roll guard in a twist off. Drip sauce. All fights will lift off. Before the next take a lift off. She got luck, got the push off. I'm ready to shut like a flip phone. I'm in this bitch, nigga, make it wrong. Rappers gon' make the beat bomb. I jump on the shit and I speak on. Walked in with the trip. And my shooter got the hit. That's a fully loaded clip. Can't let a nigga slip. I'm gonna tell me don't play well. I'm gonna tell me don't play well. I get made up, I'ma lay it down. When my gun don't safety, I can safe sound. Yeah. I let it fucking inflame niggas. I let it fucking inflame niggas. My niggas vicious and dangerous. My niggas putting in pay. Y'all niggas looking like straight bitches. I don't even want people for their business. Life's a bitch, I don't play with it. I got a Glock on me. Yeah. With my homie. Let him know. A lot of show. A lot of snow. Moving green. All excited. Show me a pound. Bad shit. Bad shit. Catfish. Bad bitch. You should just go to address. We don't play no games. We don't play no games. Shit just ain't the same. Yeah, they straight up games. So don't play no games. We don't play no games. We can't play no games. We don't play no games. When they play the games, shit just ain't the same. Yeah, they straight up games. Yeah, they straight up games. So don't play no games. We don't play no games. Yeah. We got one more. Dump it on. We got that glove. We're gonna turn up with the glove right here. We're gonna turn up one more time. I got feelings tonight for this film festival right here. Everybody feeling nice? Let me hear some more. Hey, we go by the name Hills Harmony. Got a project dropping next month. Look out for it. Hey. There's no value on that. I got the glow. I got the glow. Cause I got the glow. 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 Hey. I got the glow. Hey. I got the glow. I got the glow. I got the glow. Gotta get it like a D-boy. Never keys like a keyboard. I really feel they really real. Motherfucking decoys. You were certified in Detroit. Sneaky when I'm coming out and never front shining like Bruce Lee. Opposition getting obliterated. And I'm just playing in front of him. I can get deep like a different layer. Like a new name right in the laser. Round with the hours. Round thing, better know what shit. Do your thing, give me motivation. Got to go and go with it. I love a boy, they go with it. I'm about to blow, that's the best. I'm taking it all from my destiny. It's so far, I gotta do it. Shot right, like a BBS. Rolling hard, how you better check. Gotta do this back, how you earn sweat. I got the ground, 100, I'm fully charged. I'm how I want. I got the ground. Bow. Shot it right in, I got the glow. Smoke ready, get the money, call it, and I got the glow. Back up on my shit, yeah. Shot it right in, I got the glow. 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 I got the glow.
The founder and chairman of this wonderful award ceremony. Right now, I want to ask you all, how are you feeling tonight being here? I know it's cold, but I want to thank you all really for coming out here and braving the cold to be here with us. It really does warm my heart. It really does. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick little break and we're going to get right back into the party. Stay tuned.
Put the knife out here. Put the screen.
Thank you for your patience. Thank you, everybody who came out here tonight to the 9th Annual Winter Film Awards International Film Festival. Give a round of applause for all you guys out here.
And whether you've come as far as Japan or hopped off the big screen, we are so excited to celebrate the incredible filmmakers here tonight. So give it up for a round of applause for all the amazing filmmakers here. Woo!
And guys, if you've not done so yet, please do not forget to sign up for our wonderful giveaway by one of our sponsors, Acusona's audio software, as well as a GoPro Hero 7 giveaway from Filma. Guys, if you have not known about the GoPro Hero cameras, you're missing out. I'm telling you, I own one of the best action cams I've ever had in my life, I swear.
Yes, he does, and he never stops talking about it.
That's cute. All right, now that we got everybody here, let's do, why don't we just do a quick selfie? Don't forget to start. A quick selfie. Ooh, let's do it. Let's do like how Ellen does it. You know, like it was a quick thing. Okay? I want everyone in the selfie. Everyone, again. Again. Let's see if we do this.
Awesome. We got a lot of space, but a few people in it too.
We got some people in the frame. But now's the time. We want to make sure that we get this party started right now. So I want to introduce the first two presenters. Vanessa and Michael are here to present the Best Student Film.
I remember my very first student film.
Really? Do you want to tell us about it?
If you insist.
We can't hear you, the mic!
Can you hear me now? So we're going to rewind because this is totally not scripted. And you guys didn't hear it the first time. You know what, Vanessa? I remember my very first student film.
Really? Why don't you tell us about it?
I'd love to. You know, it was about a man who actually got bit by a radioactive spider. He got these really cool superpowers. He got super speed, super strength, and super agility. He even got this spider-like sense. I called him Super Guy.
Super Guy? That sounds a little bit redundant.
Oh no, I'm definitely the first. It's totally original.
Right. We'll talk about your film later. Right now, we'd like to introduce these four amazingly talented visionaries for the future of our industry.
All right. The nominees for Best Student Film are Latte Ship, My Little Goat, Sisters, and The Chef.
And the winner of the Student Film Award is The Chef by Housing.
Hi, I'd like to thank the festival community to providing us this award, and thanks to everyone who supported us. Without you, this film cannot be able to make. Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Listen to me instead of them.
Remember what you remember most as a kid? Waking up Saturday and Sunday morning in your pajamas just to watch cartoons?
What are you talking about?
Hang on, I'm getting there. Me too. Don't tell me I'm not. Cartoons are for people of all ages and all nationalities. Everyone in between.
Thank you. Animated people love serious work. As a matter of fact, these people work so hard and they deserve every bit of recognition. They actually work 12 separate drawings to make 1 second of a scene.
And the nominees for Best Animation are A Japanese Boy Who Draws,
He Cannot Be Without Cause,
My Little Goat,
The Ribbon,
and the winner is...
Best Animated Film, My Little Goat, The Monkey Recital. Got a lucky winner here.
And they're not here to accept the award, so we accept their award on their behalf. Congratulations, guys.
The nominees for the Best Music Video are Pretty Eclectic Stories. Ladies and gentlemen, behold!
From the dueling fates of two motionless men bound together.
To the surreal, realistic women room, facing anxiety.
To the intimacy of a couple in a camper van.
And to the courage of a woman leading her village to save a forest. Music, please, uplifts, nurtures, inspire our senses. It is a universal language that speaks to every part of our being, our mind, our body, and our soul.
And thanks to the magic of the moving image, music also has a face, and boy is it hot.
And the nominees for the best music videos are
Usla Nabruk, The Stories Untold.
Italy, and this is for
Linoleum.
Minotaur Black Dolphin.
And the winner is... For Best Music Video, Minotaur, Black Volcano. Now, Congratulations, family.
Thank you.
And now, presenting the best.
Hello, Winter Film Awards. How we doing tonight?
Is that all you guys got? Really? You feel a little more excitement?
It's almost like it's not Saturday night in New York. Winter Film Awards. How are we doing tonight?
That is way more like it.
New York. Yeah, see, web series are changing the game.
Not only have production costs gone down significantly, but also you guys have the world at your feet, an international audience waiting to hear your voice, waiting to see your message. What are you doing?
I'm broadcasting live. Guys, this is episode 4. This is the film festival.
Winter Film Awards! Yeah!
Guys, the world's watching. Let's go!
Alright, so now you
drum roll, please. In the audience? Alright, you guys ready to find out who the winner is? Chronicles of the Good Rock
cast and crew and my partner in my film company, Wilson, and all the wonderful actors. There you go, right there, brother. And thank you for your support. Thank you.
And the dedication of New Yorkers. Basically, in the gist, New Yorkers are like, they wake up in the morning, they see the water is flooded in New York, and they still swim to work.
The New Yorker's Perspective Award is allowing the best New York film in the best New York Film Festival in the entire world.
Hey, now, the nominees for the New York Perspective Award are Dickie and B, Subway, Switch, and the art of saying goodbye.
And the award goes to...
Subway, Carlos, Garcia, De Dios. Is it here? What we will do, on behalf of Carlos, we will accept this award on behalf of the young man.
And Polybius. And the Best Horror Film Award goes to Polybius. Jimmy Wright, come on down.
Winter Film Awards for everything. We want to thank Tom Hawkins for being in the film, my parents who were executive producers, the rest of my family for being a part of it, my sister for starring in it. Who else?
Everybody that supported the movie, especially like I said, Winter Film Awards team for having us. Honored to be here, honored to win this award. It's a great time, and we're trying to make the feature film next, so we'll see.
So we'll be back eventually, so thank you very much.
Rose.
Hello, can you hear me? What are you guys doing? Smacking off some cookies. You guys are literally eating right now on stage as we have a whole crowd of people right here. Yo, he's gonna smack. What do you say, man? I'm smacking too, man. Come on, son. Get your act together. Speaking of smack and smack, we got cookies from Smackery Cookies over there, as well as this is embarrassing. I don't want to butcher the name and pronunciation.
We respect that, though. We respect that.
Viniero's Bakery as well, which is also over there. Thank you to them for providing us with some tastes. Very, very nice.
Now, you can't tell me those were smack. If you guys have not tried it yet, you're missing out. I'm telling you right now. Alright, we're gonna get the show rolling. Up next, who we got? Alright, we have a presentation for the Best Short Film Award by Ashley North and Anita Locke. Put your hands together for them, guys. Come on.
A short film is focused on a specific topic. Its purpose is to engage the audience with a mixture of tension and surprises, all while working on limited time and funds.
Honey, I just thought it was for short people, okay? Anyway.
Yeah, I guess somewhere too.
All right, the best short film nominees are
A Little Hornless Goat,
Burgess City,
First Disco,
and We're Going to Paris. And the winner is
First Disco, huh?
Congratulations.
Incredibly important because they let us see how others live.
You get to see what they face, how they learn, they teach us things, they inspire us, and also they entertain us.
They give us hope, despair, resilience, and happiness. They show us the face of love and the danger of evil. They let us see because they are a window into humanity.
The nominees for Best Documentary are Illegal,
The 600, The Soldier's Story,
The Condor and the Eagle,
One Talks, Dance of Resilience in Melanesia.
and
the award goes to
the 600.
The Soldier's Story! Woo!
Thank you. I'm taking this on behalf of Richard, who made the film. I'm from Rwanda. I'm a genocide survivor, and this film really means a lot to us and what they did. These are our heroes. And for you to see the film, It really means a lot. Thank you, and I hope that it's going to be seen around the world to see our stories and those who have rescued us during the genocide against the Jews. Thank you so much.
Motivations and intentions of their characters.
And the nominees for Best Actress Reese Young-Cross for Alexis Stripp,
Hannah Endicott Douglas with Ellie the Dam,
Rankin Okani for My Daughter Zurashi,
Shahana Goswami with The Seal.
and the winner is
Reese Young-Cross
for Alexis Stripp.
I'm Nels Rocio. I'm the filmmaker, the director of the movie, and I'm Reese Young-Cross, and I'm taking this award on her behalf. I thank the jury for this choice. Rocio is a first-time actress. She was 12 years old when she made this movie, and I'm sure she's going to be absolutely happy with this. Thank you so much.
A good actor makes us suspend our disbelief. For the duration of the film, we get invested in their character.
And here are 4 actors that have done exactly that.
The nominees for Best Actor are Tariq Khunsaravez for Bozrek, Look at the Birds, Nicholas Tucci for Myth, Connor Berry for Schemers, and Jeff L. Heine for The Art of Saying Goodbye.
And the winner for Best Actor is Connor Berry with Schemers.
Is anyone here from Teaching Schemers? Okay. We'd like to accept the award on behalf of Connor.
Headlines scream about women directors being shut out of most of the big name awards. I truly don't believe that most guild and academy members vote based on gender or skin color, but that is part of the problem. Despite encouraging advancements, the number of films directed by men continues to overwhelm those directed by women, and the resources spent on those films is much larger. We all look forward to a time when we don't think of films as being directed either by women or men, just people. Well, opportunities needed to serve open to all equally. Until that day, let's continue to celebrate the work of women who, despite all obstacles, Brigadier for the Oceans. And the award goes for the outstanding woman director to Sydney Ross, our photo to Ocean's Choice.
Camera two.
Communication, empathy, coffee, cigarette, babysitting, stress. You know, as somebody told me recently, literally no life, and more coffee. Leads the past and through an amazing, crazy, wonderful journey. And also, always in search of truth, love, and magic.
One of the more prolific directors of our time, Quentin Tarantino, has always said, comfortable is not always best. Tonight, the directors that are nominated in this category did just that. They stepped outside of their comfort zone. Tonight, we celebrate 4 amazing directors and their blood, sweat, and tears to make beautiful art for our industry.
The nominees, the best director are Irene Toyamega, Alex Strip, Mehmet Risever, Boskin, Look at the Birds,
Fabrice Brock, Berka City, and David McLean, Steelers.
and the winner is
David McLean, Steelers. David, where are you? Come to the stage. We're accepting this award on behalf of David
Before we present the final awards tonight, we have a few other things that we want to get us in. First, we have musical acts from Dash and Rich Kid.
She
Thank you so much.
The story, as well as the love for independent cinema.
And we're going to start announcing our nominees.
Can you remind me what is your name?
Solera Duke.
And you did the show with me a while ago at Skyroom. What was your experience? Do you still remember it?
Yes, it was great. It was well organized, and I had a lot of fun.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about what's going to happen today at the Film Awards?
Well, today is the International Film Awards, and we're going to have a fashion show, and there'll be a presentation of awards to various films. So come out and have a good time.
The fashion show will be first, or the awards first? Like, what's the schedule?
I believe the fashion show is first. Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about why you're doing it?
I love modeling, and it helps me get exposure. So, yeah.
What do you do with your exposure? Like, how do you convert it?
Well, I promote the designers I work for on social media and myself, and it gets me more jobs and meet different people. So.
Is it just because you just enjoy fashion and you like having a good time, or it's like something that gives you fun, or it's actually a way to make a living?
It's one of my passions, modeling. So I like doing it because it's fun and it's what I've always wanted to do. So, yeah.
What is your Instagram?
It is Selear91. That is SELEAR 91.
And cut. So, let's introduce yourself one more time. What is your name?
My name is Elizabeth Cleone Hopland.
Elizabeth, you had such a great career in the last few months. When I met you, you came basically off the boat from Britain and didn't know anybody. And within like few 6 months, you basically covered New York Fashion Week. I saw you at the Pier 59. I saw you at all the big events. I saw you at the Latin Fashion American Designers. I saw you on so many pretty decent shows. Like, I don't know, did you do the Art Heart? I think you also did Art Heart Fashion Week.
No, I did not do Art Heart. But thank you so much. I mean, I've been really focused on my career this past year, and I've been very lucky with my opportunities. And yeah, it's been very amazing. And I was meaning to get in touch with you, but life is so busy. But here we are, and we were meant to meet each other again.
What is working for you? What is not? Like, you probably made some mistakes that you regret and you don't want like other people to do, and you probably make some steps since you conquer so many good shows. Can you share? Let's say this designer gives clothes. This designer pays. This look really good for exposure. This is a bullshit show. Don't go. Don't waste your time.
I think I've been focusing on how to self-promote yourself and to decide. Beggars can be choosers. Even if you're an up-and-coming model, you don't have to do every single free job which you get offered. You can be exclusive. And I've been very selective in jobs I do. I only do jobs which pay me, or when a photographer messages me, it's $50 an hour. Or I did the fashion designers of Latin America. They don't pay, but they have great exposure. They get published on Google, on Vogue. I've had many paying jobs because of doing that show. So it's just about being selective and knowing your worth.
For me, sometimes I would do a like really small, shitty show that's really bad light, really bad models. Everything is terrible, but they pay decent money because they need like a decent photography and decent video. Yeah. Sometimes I would go for a big show. I would not get paid by this, but I would produce amazing pictures and videos there. Like, what's the balance? Let's say 1 free gig, 10 paid gig. Like, how do you measure?
So I would say that 65% of the things I do are paid because I have to pay rent and I know that I am worth getting paid for every job I do, you know?
So now you get to some point. What is the next step to get to Mercedes-Benz, like to the big shows, like to the big paying gigs? Not $150 an hour, $500 an hour, $1,000. What are steps do you need to take to be there?
Well, that's a good question because that's what I ask myself every day. I'm like, well, what do I have to do to go to the next level? And I think it comes down to networking, Instagram, self-promotion, market yourself. Go to the big agencies, Wilhelmina. You know, I'm on a visa right now, so it's hard for me to be signed to a big agency because they look for models with a citizenship. So that holds me back in some ways. But in other ways, Instagram is my plug to everything. Everyone always asks me, how do you get these jobs? It's Instagram.
TikTok is taking over. I don't think Instagram gonna survive in a couple of years. I think we have so many regulations here. Facebook, Instagram, like don't show this, don't show that, don't do this. As long as in TikTok, as long as you don't talk about Chinese Communist Party, you can do anything you want. Oh, yeah. Why are you here at the Film Awards festival? Like what did this thing can do for you?
I decided to do the Winter Film Awards as I was asked to be an awards handler today, so I'll be giving out awards. It's a great networking opportunity for me because I came here to be an actress, not a model, and I want to network with up-and-coming filmmakers, up-and-coming video makers, editors, screenwriters, all that. I think it would be good exposure. Everything I do is for exposure. So just the same thing today.
As an actress, can you do 8 seconds expressions like hate, love, Can you show them what you're capable as an actress?
Oh God! Well, we'll give it a go. Okay. I love you. I can't. Oh my God.
Cry?
No, I can't cry on command.
You can cry in a couple of seconds. It's difficult.
I can't cry.
Okay, can you do glamour look?
Well, of course. Glamour comes naturally. I do comedy.
Can you do a voice? Like a funny voice?
Oh, Cookie. Homie. Wagwan. No.
Guys, if you need a British accent and someone who can do comedy, what is the Instagram?
My Instagram is Cleone Hopland. CleoneHopland.
And cut.
Sorry, my expression.
Actually, glasses not bad, but it's okay. Can you tell the audience what is your name?
Hi, my name is Jamie Lazan.
Jamie, and you just told me that you are volunteer here at the film festival and you're gonna do pictures. Can you talk a little bit why you're doing this, who you are?
Sure. So I consider myself a multifaceted artist, so an artist who's not just fit into one box. And I am a filmmaker, an actor, writer.
Are you union? Are you SAG?
I'm non-union, but
Any waivers?
No.
Okay.
But I work within film, theater, and television. I graduated within the past year, so I'm just starting out. I'm emerging. New Paltz and then Stella Adler Studio of Acting.
Where is that? Here in
New York City. Yep.
Was it fun? How long was the classes?
It was about 2 years. It was absolutely wonderful.
Can you show, like, let's say, an older person on the camera? Can you play an older person?
I'm sure. Okay. All right. My back.
What about a child? Can you play a child?
Of course, I can play a child.
Okay, so you're really good with improvisation, so you prove that you have that talent in you. Why are you doing this?
I wanted to meet like-minded creative people. I wanted.
Why do you do creative stuff? Like, why don't you become like a doctor, lawyer, like regular 9 to 5 job?
I'm passionate about what connects humans and the human condition, and I think that's the most unique way of doing that, and the most innate way of doing that is through the arts. And since I've been a child, I was walking, dancing, singing. You dance, you sing, you draw. Before you walk, you eat, you talk. So I think art and creation is innate of every human being, and I find community and emotion and joy to just be innate in art, and I want to be able to create those communities and social justice and all of this through my artwork.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about like your distribution channels? Like, do you post mostly on YouTube or Instagram or like TikTok? Like, where are you? Like, you think that it makes sense for you?
For me, I post a lot of my things on Instagram. I just find I meet so many creative people, producers, directors, writers to collaborate with, Instagram TV. And then I also find that YouTube is a great medium. I don't use TikTok, actually. I never got into it. But Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Okay,
cool. What is your Instagram?
Jamie, Jamie, Jalen, Jalynne.
Okay, looks like she has I don't know, it's a full frame camera. No, it's still a crop, but it's hopefully Jamie will be able to do nice pictures. And take a look at her Instagram. Maybe there are already good pictures there. Take care.
Thank you.
And cut. Can you introduce yourself?
Ted Karpovich, photographer.
Ted, I know you've been covering Fashion Week and you've been covering Skyroom for, God knows, 10, 20 years, for a long, long time. As long as I've been there, I think you've been covering. And you have that passion in you. You every event I go, I pretty much see you everywhere. Like, why do you do it?
For the fun, and I know a lot of the designers like for fashion, so they ask me. And for Winter Film Awards, I've done it the last few years because I know George and Dawn, and they ask me to cover it. And like tonight's party, I've done the closing party the last couple years. It's always a lot of fun. Meet some new people, and it's good time.
What do you do with the new people? Like once you meet and you have making good pictures, what's the end result? Like you just enjoying the life and you enjoying spending time and you love taking pictures, or there is more behind this? Like there is like
That's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Yeah.
to live a life.
Yeah. Yeah. And I give the pictures to the people, and they can do what they want with them.
Well, you've been doing it for a while. Like, what do you think this industry will involve in the next 10, 20 years? Like, do you see a change?
There's less and less need for photographers because everybody's got a cell phone now and everybody's taking pictures. So
I don't agree with you. I agree that there is a cell phones and cameras getting better and better, and you don't need manual settings, and the cameras think sometimes better than me, better than the settings that I can figure out. But I think there is still a need for photographer, for vision, for creativity. Because when it's millions of pictures or billions of pictures, and you need one picture that will make a sale for $1 billion, you really need a photographer. Everybody can have a picture with a cell phone or camera, but at the end of the day, when you're putting a tremendous amount of money in advertisement, in the marketing, in like making stuff, and you don't have a chance to put like thousands of pictures. You put one. You put a lot of money into this. It's all over town, all over the country, all over the world. So you want to make sure that one picture really worth it. So you do need a photographer.
Yeah. Well, the professional people know that and they realize that, but a lot of people that run events or run shows don't. And they think they can get away with it, and then after the fact, I think they regret it that they see some of the pictures. I see pictures posted by non-professional photographers that should not be up. You know what I mean?
No, I don't agree with you. I think everybody have the right to put a picture, whether good or bad. It speaks about their art and their taste and their ability. Some people don't have a budget to hire a professional photographer, or they don't know anybody who can make a good picture, or like they think if they post more, it's the quantity better than quality. People have different opinions. Like I don't tell others how to think, like how to live, and not post and not to post, and be up and not up. But I think that if you work with someone seasonal and you build relationship and you shoot again consistently, and you understand the vision, you understand the creativity, you understand the person has a passion, and even if it's not only even the picture itself, it's a distribution. You build a network, so whenever you post, pretty much every designer in your scope, every model, like everybody else sees. So it's really important to get on your roster. So if you would not post my picture, you would not post someone else's picture. If it's done by you as a photographer, then they have a chance to be in that circle, in like people who watching your social media.
Two quick examples. Last week I did Westchester Fashion Week. One of my pictures made the Latin Spanish newspapers, and earlier a couple months ago I did a fashion show at FAO Schwartz. One of my pictures made newspaper in Rome, Italy. So
that's pretty cool. I was at the FAO Schwartz, but I was doing videos that night. I saw you. I think I saw you. I think the competition is fearless, and the people, like, let's say, there are professional photographers who live off this, and they don't have any other income, and they're trying to make money out of this. There are people who have tremendous amount of wealth, owns buildings like this, a number of buildings, and they want to be a photographer. So if they have a building that has maybe 500-600 apartments, and they have it for like maybe 100 years as their family, they don't really need additional income as a photographer. And they can afford to be just a photographers for life. Someone who retire, someone who is doing it for fun. There is no necessity for them to earn a living, and they do it so it's difficult for someone who trying to compete with the free. I understand that, but at the end of the day, when everybody decides for themselves, and if you really want to have the end result, that you pick and choose. You want to free stuff, or you want to have someone you trust and reliable, and they show up. Because some people, like today I had a couple of people supposed to come with me. Guess what? They're not here. They said they come, we texted this and that, and at the end of the day, they're not next to me.
Which is a shame, and I know. The same thing like could be a photo shoot. You book 6 models for a photo shoot, 1 or 2 show up. Well, the others, I'll be there, but they never show up.
That's a normal
course of business.
They just hope. The hope is that you will end up with no models, and you will need someone, and you're forced to pay, and they hope that they will put you at the point when you have nobody showing up. So even if they'll listen, I don't have anybody. If then they'll say, give me $200-300, I will still come. Otherwise, I'm staying home.
Yeah.
So that's something. It's one of the theories, one of the train of thought. What is your Instagram?
Facebook is Ted Karpovich, Karpovich, and Instagram is.
Everybody knows you. In your Facebook.
Yeah.
You mostly Facebook.
Mostly Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hard enough time keeping up with that. But thank you, Alex. Thanks.
You. Okay. Bye. Hi, George. How are you? Can you tell the audience what is your name?
My name is Mao.
Mao. I know you in the past as a model, and now you're a photographer and you do so many other things. Can you talk a little bit about you?
Sure. So I do modeling and acting, and then now I shoot photos and videos.
Photos and videos?
Yeah.
What do you?
I'm behind the camera.
Do you think being a model in front of the camera now helps you to do behind the camera? Can you, like, those things connected?
Oh yeah, it helps me a lot. Like, you know, it's the same field, but I think I modeled before. That's why I can do behind the scenes, you know, better than.
Do you think you can get better pictures and easier for you to get gigs? Because if you look good, people assume that you can make also good pictures for them. Do you comparing to someone like me, who like regular looking guy, and I don't have your looks, so they look at my pictures, they look at your pictures. Even if they are at the same level, they kind of see, well, maybe she can do a better job.
Well,
you
actually,
have modeling experience behind you.
Yeah. So I think because of my experience, I know a lot more about photography, and I know like how to tell models, like how to pose, you know, and then I know the locations, you know, good pictures.
You know scouting, you know a lot of locations. What is your setup for today? Like, what are you planning to do at the Film Awards today?
I'm gonna be an award handler. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, what is your Instagram?
My Instagram is MAOHANADA, Mao Hanada.
Guys, check it out. She might have cool pictures there. Can I ask what is your name?
Ziyi Wang.
Where are you from?
I'm from China.
From China? Can you speak Cantonese?
Mandarin.
What do you know about coronavirus?
It's a very serious disease happened in the world.
Okay. Do you know it's a little bit in China?
Yeah.
Do you have your family back home?
Yeah.
Like what kind of preparations do you do to prevent this from spreading everywhere?
They just stay in home and prevent from going out.
Which city are you from?
Shenzhen.
How long? When did you go last time to your home?
Like a few months ago.
A few months ago, before it happened?
Yeah, before it happens.
Last year?
Mm.
What do you do?
I spend my winter break.
What do you do for life?
For life?
Yeah, are you a student?
Yeah.
Like, what do you study?
Animation.
Animation?
Mm.
Can you draw?
Yeah, I can draw.
You can draw?
Yeah.
What kind of animation do you do?
2D animation.
3D animation?
2D.
2D.
Mm.
Like, what the programs do you do? Like a Premiere? Like what do you use for the animation?
Toon Boom and TV Ping and After Effects.
Cool. What is your Instagram? What is your Instagram?
My Instagram, Yuki Ziyi Art. Yuki Ziyi Art.
Guys, check it out. She might have cool pictures there and cool animations. Cut. Okay, Richard Stein.
Yes.
Can you tell my audience who are you? What do you do?
Thank you. I am a screenwriter and a producer.
Okay.
And I work with the Chelsea Film Festival, which is in October. I'm on the advisory board and I'm one of the programmers.
Can you do a quick plug-in for the festival? What's the different, let's say, this film festival, the other film festival? Is there any particular theme that this festival is different from anybody else?
So what I love about this festival, and I've come to the Winter Film Awards for about 4 or 5 years now, I love how it brings filmmakers from a lot of different countries, and it has both beginning filmmakers and also very established, very accomplished people. And I love the spectrum, the broad group that the festival brings, and it's always, the networking opportunities are fabulous. I always meet 3 or 4 people every day at this festival.
How do you convert? Let's say you meet a lot of people, new people, 3 or 4 or more. What do you do with this? Like, do you use them as for your films, or do they fund your next movie? Like, what's the point to meet new people?
Yes, a lot of my meetings end up in new projects. Sometimes it's about sitting down, talking, getting a new idea about a film. Sometimes finding an actor, an actress, finding a producer. I found directors that I work with at the festival in the past, so it's a number of different.
For me, like, let's say I recently worked with another, like a writer, similar, also another Jewish guy, Michael Cohen. And what happened is, like, he wrote a number of things, and I filmed for him a number of things. All the bad things, we didn't have problems. Like, he wastes time, I waste time, nobody watched that shit. But one thing that he wrote was pretty funny, hilarious, and it actually was good. So the minute we put it up on YouTube, big Hollywood producer saw it, and what happened is, even though we had a great friendship and great contract, everything signed well, he asked me to cease and desist, delete it, like remove it. Like, so basically all my time for filming, for editing, for publishing, everything went to nothing. Everything has to be taken down from YouTube, and he went to Hollywood and produced it with a bigger crew. So is there a way to get protected? So you do so much work, you film, you take a chance, and God forbid you're successful, someone bigger comes, and a bigger producer from Hollywood, and they say, we're going to film the same thing with this celebrity, we're going to film the same thing with SAG and all that stuff, and they force you out of, so otherwise you know they can go on festivals and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, but on the other hand, something that I noticed, there are many times 2 different movies made on the same topic. So sometimes
it's the same script. He wrote the script, right?
That's very
but he asked me to remove it so he can do the same script with the for the bigger production.
Yeah, that's very, very disturbing.
Like, is there a way to get protected for guys like me?
Yeah, so it's possible to register the script.
He registered it. But he registers scripts. As a writer, he got protected. I was not protected. He got protected. He forced me out. Is there a way to to deal with this?
Yes, I can look into it, because I know that we learned about it in film school, and they were always saying that it's helpful to protect the script, but then they also said if someone steals your script, then
we filmed together. He asked me to I didn't steal it. We filmed together, but once it get kind of popular, he decided to film it on a much bigger scale. So
it depends on the contract, on what
we had a contract, but it's because the studio that he's dealing now has way more money than me and way bigger production. There is no I don't have the resources to financially compete with this stuff. My hope is that they're gonna make a lot of money. It's gonna be a big movie. They're gonna make a big cut on this, and I'm gonna sue them, and I'm gonna get a lot of money with my lawyer. That's the only way I hope that they will be successful, and I can have, because right now they have nothing. So only if they're successful then there is a bigger pie for the lawyers to sue.
I think it's a good idea to talk to a lawyer and see what happens.
Right now, there is nothing to sue because
exactly.
there is no money. Even if I win the case, which I most likely will win, I'm not gonna make any money. He's poor. But it's only when he's gonna get rich that's when I would be able to sue.
Yes.
Like the Matrix movie, the lady that she wrote the Matrix, she was really poor here from Brooklyn, and for 8 years she was they stole the script from her, so she was kind of quiet. Only when they make like billions of dollars with this movie. Now, 8 years later, she sued and she won and she got basically half of everything. So she didn't film, she didn't do anything, she just wrote it. They stole it from her, but I guess she had patience enough to wait until it's made so much money all over the world.
Yes.
Now she's
keep an eye open on what's happening with the project, and then...
What is your Instagram?
It's Triple Helix Films.
Guys, check it out. There are cool movies there. Hopefully. Ask, what is your name?
Meghna.
Meghna, can you talk a little bit about your film festival?
Sure. I run the South Asian International Film Festival, and it's been around for the past 16 years. It's back.
Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Do you know Sani?
Sani
Chakrak.
Yes, I know her.
He's a good friend of mine, and he has a actors group. And there is a South Asian, another film festival here in the city. Is that the same one or it's a different one?
This is a different one. This has been around for 16 years, and HBO is a presenter. So
I
have.
think the other one also has HBO as one of the sponsors.
Okay.
I don't know if we're talking about the same festival or it's like two different ones. Bollywood is quite big.
Yes, this is the South Asian International Film Festival. So, we have films from South Asia, from 5 different countries like India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Nepal.
So many regions have wars when people kill each other. Let's say in Ukraine and Russia there is a war, so Eastern Europe doesn't have this kind of relationship. But some regions like Caribbean Peninsula has all the Caribbean countries like Grenada and Haiti, they work together. The South Asian community also work together. We have people from Bangladesh and Pakistan and India. Even though there is a war, there are some strong feelings. People from the region found the common ground to work. How they do it? How do you guys bring other countries? Because like Russians and Poles, Ukrainians, and all those countries do not do anything together. There is no like Eastern Europe festivals like that whatsoever.
Okay, so mostly we come together through cricket. So all these countries play cricket, like India and Pakistan and Bangladesh. So sports is and movies, like we all have the similar kind of food, similar kind of clothes. So, but in India itself, there's like hundreds of languages. So to become to one as one, we support cricket.
Can I ask you another question a little bit about the sports that what you mentioned? In the last Fashion Week that I just filmed, I saw a lot of sports teams coming to support models. So you would see models walking, and then the whole Nets or like whatever the baseball, hockey, whatever, the whole team would come and support the troops. The models. Like, is there a correlation between sports, people who go like teams like cricket, for that matter, and films?
Yes, because in India there are 2 things that are more important than maybe religion. One is cricket, and one is movies, the Bollywood movies. So
why is that?
They find somebody to look up to, and because a lot of people undergo lots of pressure in their day-to-day life, so movies is like an escapism for them. So when they come home, they would love to see all these movies. Like we call it masala movies. That's like comedy. So they feel like when they look at the actor, they feel like themselves as the actor. So
okay. That's pretty cool. What is your Instagram?
I have a food blog Instagram called Yummy Domain, and it just hit 7,000 followers. So people, if you love food, follow Yummy Domain.
I just did a fashion show with the foodie. So I did aprons like for food. So I did a fashion show around the food. So you can maybe check out, because I really love food, and I think fashion together and the food really mix together well.
Exactly. Fashion, food, and films.
And I was filming it.
Yes.
That's cool. Guys, check it out. May I ask, what is your name?
My name is Sarah Wedge.
Sarah, are you going to model for Ilea today?
I sure am.
What do you do? Who are you?
Who am I? I'm a fashion model. Looking forward to be the next supermodel.
What it takes? What's the difference between a fashion model and supermodel? Like a million followers, or like big gigs, like getting paid a lot of money? What's the difference? What do you don't have that supermodels have?
I think just yes, I do, but thank you. I think it's just the whole lifestyle. I mean, I'm looking
Meet the right people, or you need to have maybe a couple of gigs, or you need what's the missing part?
just getting yourself out there more, I think, and just connecting with more people is how you do it. The right place at the right time.
Can you talk a little bit about film festival? What do you expect to get here? Like contacts, like movies, like gigs?
I'm not sure. More gigs, I guess. We'll see.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about you as a person? Like, what do you like? What's your hobbies? Like, do you have a life?
I do have a life. So I actually have my degree in public health. So I'm looking to become an EMT right now. I'm taking courses.
EMT, what?
EMT? Yes, that was what my degree was in.
Are you gonna cure the coronavirus?
Let's hope so.
What do you know about coronavirus?
Dangerous.
Don't move out of the frame. Do you think someone can come here to the film festival and get us all sick?
I hope not. If not, we should all be wearing masks.
Do you think masks will really help?
If you're wearing them right, properly.
Okay. What is your Instagram?
My Instagram, @SatanWedge.
Guys, check it out. She might have cool pictures. Check it out.
You might have to. Thank you.
Where's your phone?
Hello, and we are here. What is your name?
My name's Claudia Falls.
Hi, Claudia Falls. My name is Elizabeth, and I am an award handler today. Where are you from, Claudia?
I'm originally from Germany, but I currently live in Rockland County, New York.
That's amazing. I'm from London, but I live in Brooklyn, and I'm an actor and a model. What do you do?
I model a little part-time, and I'm a hairstylist by trade.
That's amazing. You look beautiful today. Do you know what's your designer's name?
My designer is Jess Davis, and she has very unique designs with safety pins, and it's just very different.
No, I can see.
She makes beautiful jackets and gowns, and you name it, she got it.
Well, you look beautiful. I am wearing Villa Beauty, and I think, what time does the award show start, do you know?
I do believe it's 9 o'clock. I am not sure, though.
9 o'clock it is.
I'm just here to shine.
Do you have an Instagram which we could follow you at?
My Instagram is Claudia Falls, Model with Style, and follow me.
You heard.
Okay, good job.
Back again. Today we have...
John McCadden.
John, good man, John. So what are you doing here today, sir?
I am modeling for Ellie Ballet.
You heard, Eli, that's the name.
Ellie, Eli.
Can you
both ways.
Can you turn around? Let's see this suit. You peep this detail, look at that. Very beautiful, very intricate design, the eye there, very nice, very nice. And what do you do, John, aside from tonight's extravaganza?
I'm an actor.
Marvelous, me too, me too.
Broadway, film, TV.
Yes, he does it all. And so where are you from, John?
I'm originally from Arizona. Yes.
And how long have you been in New York for?
10 years.
10 years, and
I'm a New Yorker now,
he's a New Yorker. Well, it is great to talk to you, John, and good luck with your acting.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Ask, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Isabel Negron, DJ Isabella.
Where are you? What do you do?
So I'm here at Winter Film Awards. This is my 4th year, and I'm DJing the event.
You're DJing the event. Why do you do DJing work? You can do any work in the world. You can be a lawyer, doctor. Why DJing? Like what?
A speech language pathologist, and DJing is actually my hobby, but I love it. I love music, so what better, I guess, de-stressor than to play music for people.
A DJ usually has a way of kind of build the kind of the atmosphere, the feeling. If the music is good, people smoke and drink and have a good time, and then they like the movies, they watch the movies and stuff. So the DJ really set up the tone, the sound, the feeling of the event. What is the key for the to capture the audience like from the start, so they don't feel weird? And it's how do you read the audience, who came for the event?
It's basically reading the crowd. You can see their reactions once you start playing songs, and you can play a couple of different genres to get a feel on what they like. And once you have a good feel of that, then you can continue on with your set.
How many mixes have you have? Like when I DJ, I have like basically like 5 or 6 different presets that I kind of compile for the younger crowd, for the older, for the Jews, for Russians, for like everybody. I have a little like a plan, and sometimes none of it works, and I have to like improvise on the spot.
Yeah, my play sets, my playlists are, oh boy, I must have over 100 playlists. I mean, I have all genres, plus I have a software program that allows me to access Spotify, millions of songs, so if someone comes in with a request, I can play their song, and it's amazing. I'm pretty ready for whatever you're asking. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, ready. When I come, when I was DJing stuff, I had broken cables, so I have like 2-3 sets of cables. I have 2 computers, I have 2 hard drives, I have so many things that can go wrong. You never know. Sometimes my table falls apart. I've been through the simple stuff, like just another DSLR, like a XLR cable, to more complex stuff.
Yes, I'm pretty tech savvy right now with the DJing. I do have my extra XLRs, and I have my extra computer cable. So I'm understanding how it is. I mean, I carry around with a strip to make sure that all my outlets are met or everything's met. So yes, I definitely. I mean, I've been doing this for 7 years, so everything that can go wrong has gone wrong within those 7 years. And here I am.
I never say never, because it's always something new surprise me.
Something new that yes. You can never be too prepared.
But now you feel pretty strong.
Yes.
You don't, because I did once like a pee dance. Basically, I drank too much before and I danced.
Yes. Yeah, I have pretty presets for mixes for.
Do you have a backup person to
not
watch?
A backup, but I do have, a long enough song or a couple of songs that will cover me when I have to.
What is your What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is DJ Isabella, and my Facebook is also DJ Isabella.
Excellent. Guys, check it out. She might have beautiful pictures and good music there. Check it out.
Thank you so much.
May I ask, what is your name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
May I ask, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. You look very, very young. I know. You get that a lot? Look, what do you do? Who are you?
I'm an actress, and right now I'm presenting at the Film Awards.
What kind of actress? Are you union, SAG actress?
I am union. I am SAG. I've done some short films, web series, worked on feature films.
What's the importance of for the actress to come to the events like this?
It's very important to meet other people in the field that you're working in, to learn about other projects, what's going on in the industry right now. Met a lot of people here. It's very interesting.
Can you talk about your plug-in maybe for your next film, for next production? Are you planning to become like a producer at some point?
There are a bunch of people that I worked with web series on, and we're talking about working on a different project. It's still in the works. We just spoke about it yesterday, so we'll see. Hopefully I have more to talk about later.
What is your Instagram?
My Instagram handle is StephCar13. My name shortened.
Guys, check it out. She might have cool pictures there.
Thank you.
May I ask, what is your name?
My name is Ashley North.
Ashley, who are you? What do you do?
Well, I'm an actor, singer, and a plus model. My next film is with Flowers of the Killer Moon with Martin Scorsese.
Can I put you on the spot? Can you do 8 seconds a cappella?
Probably not today, no. No, not today.
Okay, can I put you on the spot as an actress? Make sure that you're an actress. Can you do an expression on the camera? Can you do hate? Can you do love? Right, she's an actress. now that
I am a singer, though, huh?
You are?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I've lost. No. People tell you bullshit all the time. I'm sorry, press. That I'm going to say it. But no. I've worked in the industry for a long time, so.
I'm not questioning that. What is your agenda here? What are you going to do today?
Oh, I'm just presenting an award.
But why? What do you get out of it? Why do you do this? Like, is there a lot?
I'm doing it for fun. I mean, I have a digital talk show called Cafe con Leche. It's on the Footprint Network. The Footprint Network was recently bought by Tyler Perry's CEO, so the show went along with it. So, I mean, for me, this is just fun. I'm having fun. I've got 2 films I'm working on in the summer, which is Flowers of the Killer Moon and The Ghostbusters. So, yeah.
Actually, can you talk a little bit about the movement for the models, curvy models? A lot of models have slim and regular look, and nowadays the curvy models like basically killing it, and it's like really getting mainstream. Can you talk about the movement?
I think a lot of it is that people can relate to a curvy model because the average size in the United States is a size 14, 16. And so a person that's a little curvier is somebody that someone can relate to. Recently, I was doing New York Fashion Week, and I was...
Which show did you do?
I was doing a show for Lux International. This was one of the many I did. It was Lux International. It was Midtown. But anyway, we can keep going. But anyway, I was the only plus model in the show. And the reason that they wanted me as the only plus model in the show was to show that they actually had one curvy model so somebody wouldn't feel bad about themselves. It was kind of weird.
And you probably get the most applause from everybody.
It was funny. I did this woman and her friend, and they were about my size. I mean, I can admit I'm a size 14, so... You know, they were my size. They come up to me and they said, "You make me feel so good about myself that someone like me is on the runways." So, I mean, I think that's what people really take from it, you know, and I think models are beautiful at any size. So, I mean, I just think that, you know, if you can make someone feel good or feel good about wearing a garment, because it's our job just to be another hanger, so...
What do you do with your platform? You're a model, you're a singer, you have audience, you have people who follow you, looking up to you as a model, role model. Like, what do you do with this? Like, are you doing the charity? Are you doing like moving like a particular agenda? Do you have a?
I do a lot of charity. I mean, I've used my name for a lot of charity with cancer research and diabetes research and multiple sclerosis research. I also try to promote positive body image because no matter what weight you're at, you should always feel good about yourself. So, I mean, that's really what I try to do with my platform. And as a person that's been a public figure, that's the only thing I want, is just people to feel good about themselves and be happy.
There is a coronavirus happening all over the world. In China, United States, today we had the first death of a U.S. Citizen. What do you think the world will change if we will have a huge epidemic and events like this would be prohibited and people will stay home and it will hit the heart of New York? What people can do? They can post from home. They can make the home videos. Like, what's the future for?
I mean, a lot of offices I know and legal offices I'm aware of that they are actually making accommodations for people to work from home just in case. I also know that the coronavirus itself, it doesn't go further than the winter because it can't handle hot climates.
I don't. It's what people thought that's the case, but now we have cases in Nigeria, we have cases in South Africa, so there is like a lot more in warmer in Australia, in the New Zealand. So it's not only for the cold weather.
That's what I heard. So like, I'm not saying that that's a definite fact. I mean, we just have to stay inside. I don't want it to be like Outbreak. Remember the film Outbreak where everybody had to stay inside because of the whole outbreak? I hope it's not the case in the United States, but we just do that from...
God forbid that something like that happens. Like, what's the worst case scenario? Like, what's the process? Like, let's say an actress, if you would be forced in those kind of conditions, what can you do as a model? Can you film yourself with your phone and the model at home? Can you sing from home?
I can sing from home. I have a recording studio, so I don't think it's an issue for me. I mean, I do a lot of things to entertain myself, so I don't think it's a problem. And I have a production company anyway, so I can just be busy. I can do busy work, to be honest with you.
Because so many stocks this week been really bad for the stock market. Yeah. But the Zoom. Many stocks, the Netflix, the companies that benefit from this, like Microsoft, they up compared to everybody else. So if you're capable to deliver content from the comfort of your home without getting out, you actually can be surviving. The businesses who require foot traffic, like stores. Nobody wants to come and touch the garment because maybe someone else touched that. But if you can film from home, you can sing from home.
Yeah, you can. I can do most of my work from home, so I think I'm pretty safe. But
what is your Instagram?
It's Ashley R. North.
Guys, check it out. She might have cool pictures. Check it out.
Thank you.
We're about photography. What is your name?
Cornel Stassel.
You're a photographer at the film festival. Can you talk a little bit about you?
I've been a photographer all my life. This is what I do.
Why?
I have a passion for photography and making people look good.
What's the key to make people look good in photography? I have a camera also.
An honest smile. An honest smile will always make you look great.
Honest smile.
An honest smile. It comes right through the eyes. The eyes speak first.
What's the key to capture the eyes in photography? Like, how do you look in the soul of the person? You light the person properly, or you talk to them. Like, how do you get your subjects?
You talk. I am not one for posing. I used to do two men for wedding photography. The other guy did all the posing. I did all the natural ones. I like natural shots.
Like a journalistic style?
Yes. In other words, somebody walking by saying hello. A lot of my pictures are like random people just saying hello.
But it's when I do street photography, it's really difficult to capture the moment, the second when the person has a genuine feeling. It's interesting. Like, how you shoot from the hip. Like, how do you get that so they don't mind the camera and they actually like live their life and you capture it?
One example was I don't remember her name. It was a famous model. She walked by. Ignored me. I took like 5 shots, and finally she turned around and said hi. It was just, you feel it. It's not something you don't go to school for it, you don't learn for it. It's a feeling, you just get it. It comes over you.
Fashion and the arts, it's a lot about feelings. What is the key to feel it or not feel it? Like, Batsky, there are some famous photographers and artists who are really, really successful, and there are those who are, trying to make it. There are thousands of people here with the cameras, and they all try. It's not going to go anywhere.
Well, connections is a major factor. No matter how good you are, you need some kind of a connection to open doors for you. So that's pretty much.
What is your Instagram?
C Stassel Photo.
Guys, check it out. You might have really good pictures there. Check it out. Thank you.
We're easy. Whatever works for you. We're good.
Okay, guys, let's find out. What is your name?
Jimmy Kelly.
And I'm Michael Tuitt.
Can you do plug-in for your film? What are you guys filming?
We did a film called Polybius. It's based off the urban legend about an arcade game that was placed supposedly by the government and then taken away by the FBI. This young boy who plays it dies, and it's only his sister that knows that it's this game that did it.
Can you talk a little bit about what it costs to produce a movie? What's the distribution for the film? What is the future for the film?
Okay, so the movie cost us about 40 before we went into all the festivals, about $40,000 to make out of pocket. Yes, and so
you get money, family money, like
It was a combination of us working and then private equity through investors.
What do you pitch to investors? Are you telling them that you're gonna make $1 million? Like, why would they give you money?
So what we did is we knew that the only way to surefire that this project would work is to do a proof of concept short. So we asked for less money to then go ahead and do it, and then use that to get the right people involved to make the feature, so the feature will actually go places, as opposed to asking people for money and then having a feature with nothing to do with it.
What is your plan for distribution? Are you gonna go on YouTube? Are you gonna Netflix? Like, what are you gonna do after the film festival?
So right now we're currently talking with production companies about making it into a feature film, and because of that we're holding off on distribution. However, we have gotten offers from streaming platforms that we totally can't mention right now, but the plan... because we haven't decided which one we're going to go with yet. And
like, it's nice sometimes to put them in there, like when they see like Netflix and Hulu and they all compete, and then the offers coming like more new offers, additional, or the race. Are you guys union? Are you non-union? Like what's the?
We're non-union, but we did shoot it through the Screen Actors Guild because we had Tom Atkins from Escape from New York, Lethal Weapon, The Fog. We had Tom Atkins as one of our leads, so he's in the Screen Actors Guild, obviously. So we had to do the project through SAG. That was interesting. It was my first time doing a project through SAG. A lot of paperwork, a lot of stuff we had to do, but we were able to make it work. But it was a very interesting experience. I learned a lot on the ground running full speed.
For the like I film at YouTube Studios, if you know Chelsea Market quite a lot. When you have like over 10,000, it's easy to film there, and it's a lot of red cameras, a lot of good. Why don't you use the free facilities like Brico Studios and the Google Studios? And there are so many resources here in New York when you don't have to put money out of pocket.
So the thing was, it's a period piece, so because of that we had to get very specific locations that fit the bill. So that was really we were kind of with our hands tied. We had to go to very specifically places that were made before 1980.
Yeah, and we were able to shoot the whole film on location in Suffolk County. We're from the island, so we were able to shoot the whole thing out there within a couple towns. It was pretty nice.
What is your future? Like, is there another movie you're planning to do? Like, what else in the pipeline?
Sure. So the next immediate thing we're doing is we're actually redoing a short film we did called Return to South Haven. The short we played at a couple festivals. We were never 100% happy with it, so we're going to redo that. We've rewritten it. We've cast it. We're going to shoot that next. But we're also, as he said, trying to get the feature film of Polybius off the ground. We have a script written. We have some interest, and we're working on hammering out a deal with that. So that would be ideal.
What is the dynamic between two of you? Like a lot of people work by themselves and they don't have partners. Sometimes people work as a team. Like, you grow up together. Like, how do you trust each other? Like, why don't you fight and why don't you survive together?
So part of it is that we're actually family. He's my uncle's brother-in-law, so however you want to call that. Yeah. So that's how we knew each other. But I had worked at school with a lot of different kind of producers and things like that, and I knew that the only way I was going to be able to co-produce is if I had somebody that I could trust. So I went to family first, and so then from there we just started working together, and it's very equal, and that's kind of what I needed, like, as a director. So yeah.
But in a film, it's always like at box stops somewhere. There is one guy that's the last that makes a final decision. It could be like 50, but at the end of the day, there is one person that has to like it's like an army.
At the end of the day, this man's a director, and so it's his film. It's we wrote it together, we produced it together, and luckily we see things eye to eye, which is good. So we didn't find ourselves in any situation where we were butting heads about things. But you're right. At the end of the day, there is one man, and so Jimmy Kelly's the director, and so he would be that man if it came to it.
What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is the real Mike to it with periods in between all the words.
Mine is Jimmy, Jimmy, K_FOE.
What do you think you're gonna get out of this film festival? Like, the week is almost over. Today is the last day. Like, do you see immediate reaction, like the immediate gratification, and like what's your expectation for the afterward?
Well, I mean, we've come out a couple nights. We've had a good time. This party is just heating up, and it looks like it's going to be a great night. We've met a lot of cool people here, other filmmakers, some local, some from further away, some international. But we definitely, met some cool people that we're looking forward to following up with, and people who are already telling us they want to follow up with us on stuff. So that's one of the big things about coming to festivals like this. You get to network, meet some of your peers, and some of the people we worked with on our project, we met at other festivals. Our composer, Josh, we met him at the New York City Horror Film Festival. Great guy. We've done 2 films with him now. We plan to keep working with him. So meeting people is probably one of the most beneficial things that come into the festivals.
Guys, check it out. They might have really cool pictures there. And cut. So we met in the elevator on the way here, and we traveled first to the 20th floor, then back to the 2nd floor, then back to the 20th floor. So finally, we made it to the almost red carpet. I caught you on the way. Can you talk a little bit about your way, how you're gonna present the awards?
Well, I can say that it's gonna be a show that no one's ever seen before. It's gonna be different than anyone's ever expected or seen.
Are you gonna bite them?
No biting. I promise no biting. But we're gonna shock and awe, and in a good way. Yeah.
Can you introduce your girlfriend?
Yes, this is my girlfriend, Sonia Aurora, and she's new to the scene, but she is gonna be very much an experienced veteran soon. How do you feel tonight?
Well, I'm really excited to be here, and thank you so much for having us. And we're really excited. There's a lot of new filmmakers, and we're going to be introducing them. We're going to be on stage together, and we're going to raise the energy of the place.
You told me on the elevator that it's not the first time you're doing something like that. Like, why do you do this? Like, why people invite you? What kind of? You obviously have good looks. You obviously have a good, kind of composure and language skills. What makes you unique? Why do people ask you to be presenters?
Honestly, I think it's just because I've been with them for so long. I've been with the Winter.
You're wealthy. You own a couple of buildings.
No, none of that. I have something. I don't know. They like my look. They like the way I present. I've known Stephanie and Dawn and George for such a long time. I've known them since I first came onto the family 3.5 years ago as one of the 6 hosts at that time during the show. And then I was a presenter last year, and now they asked me to come back and host.
Since you've done it a few times, what have you learned in the past? What do you think the future? What can you do to make as a host to improve it and make it a wow?
The number one tip I have is just to be yourself. Be yourself. Have fun with it, and don't stress too much. That's my number one tip.
What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is @Karthik Karl Madhu, KarthikKarlMuddu.
What about you?
Just Sonia Spins, Sonia_Spins. I love dancing, so.
What kind of dancing?
I do all kinds. I do hip hop, bhangra, a lot of different things.
Music videos?
I actually have been, yeah. And we also model together, and he's in acting as well. So he's pursuing acting. So that's why he's all in the film industry as well.
I hope you get a lot of new contacts today and new gigs, and people will see how gorgeous you are together. Because one of my films that I'm doing, I actually need a real couple because they're all kind of love story behind them. So whenever I try to hire actors to play that part and they don't know each other, it's not natural. But when I hire like a real couple that really in love, you can feel it on the screen that there is a chemistry between them.
Thank you so
much.
much.
You might get a couple of gigs like that.
Yeah, we just actually completed a bridal shoot today that we got offered to do because of being a couple. So we really appreciate that you can feel our energy as well. So thank you.
Exactly.
Me Too movement, and when the guy tried to grab a different model, you never know if they can get sued. But when it's a real couple, it's much less chances that you're gonna sue him.
I mean, he has to be careful still. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, they have humor. They're good. Check their pictures.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask what is your name?
Yeah, my name is Nick Alexander.
Can you talk a little bit about why you're here? Like, what kind of director you're? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, so I am a director of a documentary film called Illegal, and the film premiered here in New York City.
Can you do a plug-in for the film? What's the film about? Like, why did you direct? Like, what's your credentials? You went to school for this, or it's just a passion project?
Yeah, so I did go to school. I'm actually from Oregon originally, so I studied after university. I started my own video business, and about a year later, I met Laz Ayala, who is the protagonist of the movie. And so I heard his story. He's an immigrant from El Salvador in Central America. So essentially the movie Illegal is about the life or death journey of Laz Ayala, an immigrant to the American dream. His story coming from a war-torn country, arriving to the United States illegally without papers, and his journey to the American dream.
Like, why do you film that? What's the purpose for you to film someone else's story? You can, like many filmmakers, if they have money, if they have time, they write their own story. They film. They have like their own ego in front of and you have filmed for someone else. You want to tell someone else's story.
You know, Laz's story is a powerful one, and it's not just a good story. There's a lot of great stories out there. The difference is that Laz's story is so relatable to so many different people. The United States is a country that was built on immigrants, and when people watch this movie, they will directly relate. Either they will be an immigrant themselves, someone in their family maybe came here over the last century, and so it's relevant. And in the times in which we live in, where immigration is such a hot topic, there's no better time to share the film Illegal.
What is the future for the film? Like, are you planning to go to the like a bigger festival, so like Tribeca, or are you trying to get somewhere else?
So far, we have been selected to 8 different film festivals besides this one in New York City. The next big film festival, really, it's going to be one of the most prestigious, is the Beverly Hills Film Festival. That takes place in April. We're really looking forward to that. We believe that is going to be a really important moment for Illegal, especially for publicity. 44,000 attendees come every year, so we will ride the film festival circuit, and from there we'll look for distribution opportunities.
Like what kind of distribution? Like Netflix, Hulu? When you're looking at the theaters, like what do you try? Like you gotta go on YouTube. Like, what's your distribution plan?
I would say our submission plan is see what happens, and I say that because we have already received distribution offers from the educational community, and we believe that education is one outlet for the movie because it is educational.
Like colleges, universities, like schools?
Yeah, through Alexander Street, universities, libraries. We believe that is one outlet, but at this time our plan is to ride the film festival circuit, and then hopefully a VOD might pick it up. That is our goal.
Is it easier just contact them? Is it easier to maybe make a couple of trailers on YouTube and just send to the people who make decisions rather than spend time and effort on the film festivals? Do you think directly reaching out to the potential people, decision makers, can help you?
Yes, I do agree that sending trailers, sending out information directly to these contacts might be an avenue, and in some ways we are already doing that. But because my producer, who is also the main character of the movie, his goal is to get as many eyes on the movie, because
if you put it on YouTube and you get like 100 million views on the trailer, obviously your phone get a ring.
Right. Yes. No, it's true. YouTube.
If you get like only 5 people watching the trailer, probably the phone is not going to be so busy.
Yeah. Another point is the end goal for Illegal is not just to be seen or make money, but rather to promote immigration reform. And so there are specific audiences that we want to have seen the movie. Politicians, legislators here in the United States. That is our end goal for the Project Illegal, and therefore we believe film festivals would be a good outlet for that.
Right now there is a political campaign happening in Democrat. Maybe some of those candidates might see it as advantageous for them to corner you, like, and stand the same. Maybe the film can be helpful for their campaigns.
Absolutely. We believe that the current election cycle this season is so relevant. The fact that Illegal is launching while there is a competition for the presidency of the United States, there's no better time to promote the movie and get the word out.
What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is nickalexander.film. nickalexander.film.
Thank you. Check it out. He might have cool pictures. Let's find out, O'Donnell, what is your name?
Paul Greco.
Paul, I know that you help Eli with his last show. Why do you do that?
He requested that he would like to have political people there and to show that what kind of a show it was going to be.
What is your connection to political people? Are you a political person yourself?
I'm a consultant, not a political person. I'm very.
You consult politicians? Do you consult politicians?
No, I don't consult politicians.
Who do you consult?
My constituencies.
Your constituents?
Yes.
Why do you do it?
To help them out, to help them in their neighborhoods, to help them what they want to do.
Okay. Can you talk a little about yourself? Who are you, like as a person? You have the world listening to you. Like, can you talk a little bit about yourself? Why do you? No. Okay.
I gotta understand this before we go this.
Okay. What would you like to talk to the camera? Is there a subject that you want to talk about?
They had a show that was at Chelsea Piers that they treated, and they could care less. They said, "We don't care if you're the fucking mayor. We don't care if you're who you are. We don't care who you are. You're not going up the elevators." And to me, I know fire codes, and they completely disrupted that, and they ignored it, and they were like God. They thought they were gods at this show.
That's how they.
A lot of people. They stuffed them all in one room. They stuffed them all in. They go upstairs. But when they came downstairs, the guy was shoving them downstairs, going, "Get the F out of here, get out of here." And
we don't say those words on TV.
Okay.
Get
the F out. All right. But anyway, I didn't appreciate how they were shoving everybody out of the facility, which was not right.
It's your first time in the fashion industry, probably. So you're not accustomed to this. Eventually, if you do more of those, you realize it's their way or no way. Then
you don't turn around and treat people like animals. You don't throw them in. You bull them in because they're fashion people. Then you turn around and shove them out like dogs. And say, "Oh, you get out of here."
Normal people don't.
You have a law. You have to go by the law. You let them in. This is the right way, and politely, and they leave politely. Do not shove them out like dogs and say, "Get out of here. Who the F for you? I want you out of this place here." Blah blah blah. You don't shove them out.
Let's not say those words.
That was at Chelsea 59.
So I know you're upset with this.
Very upset.
How do you change the industry?
It's very simple, but I have to document that to go back and find out who is that, who's supposed to have been the fire marshal, because they mentioned the fire. Oh, that's a fire code. The way we can't let you in upstairs. And I said, okay. I kept my mouth shut. It's a fire code, but it's up. You cannot go up in the elevator. It's not the fire code. But you won't let nobody up the stairs. But now when you go down the stairs, you kept going. Oh, you're pushing everybody down.
But I don't think the owners, the people who run the space, they have no idea about it. It's the little guy who is at the door. He gets like the $10-15 an hour, and that's the only time he can tell big people off is to play with them. So the little people who work as a protector,
the safety is the main thing, and they avoided this. I can't. What's the word? Safety was ignored. They did not give safety to anybody. All they did was took their power and said, "You get the F out of here that way, and that's the only way you're going out." And I'm like, wait a minute, you got 3 exits over here.
Do you have
Why can I not go out that exit? Why can't I go out that exit? You pushed them out one exit and you shoved them out. I saw one person fall down, and you still push them out to go out one exit, and that's not right.
What do you have like Facebook? Do you have like social media?
Excuse me? No, I don't.
You don't.
I don't got it. I keep myself to myself.
Okay.
But
Cool.
I saw people there. The people bowed to me when I went back to the guy. They were going like this, saying, "Yeah, at least you spoke up for us," because they were shoving him out the door. I'm like, no, you ain't shoving him out the door because what are you doing?
Can you talk to about Eli, the designer? Any good stuff you can say about him?
Eli was trying to do the right thing, and they kept saying, yeah, he got nothing to say. He's in the back. He ain't got nothing to say. Well, I need to see him. No, you can't see him. And Eli's trying to help and going, what's going on? They messed him up.
Okay, guys, listen to this advice. This guy, the first time at the fashion show, we'll see if we will interview you in a couple of years from now. If you will change your mind or the industry will change, we'll see what will happen. Thank you.
Security is the best policy.
And cut. So, can you talk a little bit about what happened during the film festival all this week? Right, we did a quick piece with you on the opening night. Today is the closing night. Like, what happened? What changed in this week?
There have been a lot of really talented directors, actors. You know, this is the big time red carpet event. And like everyone's here tonight, really cool people. You know, you never know who you're gonna meet. And the Thursday night was more of a networking party. And this is just like everyone's here and everyone.
Who impressed you the most?
I really like the film Myth because I did an interview with both the actor and director, and I it's a very moving story, coming of age about, you know, finding yourself and being a protagonist and somebody who finds himself as a protagonist and learning about, you know, really who you are.
What is your agenda? Like, what changed for you personally in this after this film festival? Did you learn for yourself? Are you gonna do something else, something different than before?
Well, I really want to be a director because I'm working on a project right now. So I'm very inspired by being here. And the project is about middle school because I had a very traumatic middle school experience. And it's kind of like a cathartic, personal account of like what I went through going to private school and, you know, experiencing that. But I eventually do want to do like more meaningful directing and not just like only cathartic. So
tell them your Instagram one more time.
It's Inside Outer. Hopefully I get more followers, but I don't think I will.
What do you do to get more followers?
I really don't care about getting followers. Like, I don't care. I don't consider myself one of those like fake influencers. I think.
What do you care about?
Just being kind to other people and just sharing my light with other people. You know, connecting people to each other and.
I don't think numbers really makes a difference. The quality makes a difference. If Madonna, if Spielberg, if like really interesting people follow you, then you have a message. But if you just have like a million people that have never known who you are and they just look at your like sexy pictures, that doesn't have the relationship.
That's exactly how I feel. So, yeah, thank you.
Guys, check it out. What is your name?
My name is Console Nishimwe. I'm from Rwanda. I'm here for the film The 600, The Soldier Story.
Can you do a plug-in for your film? Can you talk about it?
It's about the film of the soldiers who were in Rwanda during the genocide, how they stopped the genocide.
What's your role with the film?
I'm representing a filmmaker. I'm not the filmmaker, so I'm here on behalf of the filmmaker, but I'm a genocide survivor. So as a genocide survivor, I feel like it's important for me to be here and represent my country.
Can you talk a little bit about your experience as a genocide survivor?
When the genocide happened, I was 14 years old, And I lost my father, my 3 brothers, and many of my family members on both sides. So, and I wrote a book called Tested to the Limit, a genocide survivor story of pain, resilience, and hope. So it tells about my experience of what happened to me and how the RPF, which is part of the film, I'm part of the film as well, how they stopped the genocide. So, and I'm grateful for them. For us, they are our heroes, so that's why the film is important for the people to learn what they have done for us to stop the genocide and to make our country better now. So we are so grateful for them.
Really powerful story. What are you trying to accomplish here at the film festival?
I want the people to learn our story. It's a very powerful story. So many people should learn what happened. And also to see how the country has moved on, and we are now a country that is united. So after what we've been through in 1994, so we are so grateful. That's why the film is important, to see what our heroes, when the international community didn't stop the genocide, they were the ones stopping the genocide. So we are so grateful.
What do you think a film like that can prevent in the future genocide cases?
I think the film can educate people about the history and also to prevent what happened. So to prevent what happened to never happen again, because you can see in many other countries, there are genocides happening. So, and I hope that this is educational to so many young people and generation to generation, to see that we need to, to be together as, people. We are all human race, and we are all the same. So
I think the subject is very emotional for you, and it's really like a personal. How do you put that in the film?
Can you repeat that?
The subject is very emotional for you and very personal. How do you relate that in the film so people can feel like you feel?
In the film, as a genocide survivor, so these soldiers stopped the genocide. They rescue us as survivors. So that's how I relate to the film. So I'm one of the many they rescued, they saved during the 3 months where more than 1 million of Tutsis were murdered at that time. Yeah.
What is your next move? What are you trying to do after the film festival? Let's say you're trying to get distribution for the film. Are you trying to, it's gonna go on the Netflix or Hulu or YouTube? What are you gonna do?
We are trying to make sure the film is distributed everywhere around the world. So in any platform that is going to... So the filmmaker knows very well how the film is going to be distributed, but it's going to be all over the world.
What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is Console Nishimwe. Console Nishimwe.
Guys, check it out. She might have a really interesting story there. Tell them your name one more time.
I'm Brianna Taylor.
Brianna, last time at the opening night, you did such a kind of name for yourself. I got so many people reaching out to me asking what's her name, what's this model. There was really, compared to all the models, you probably got the most viewership on my channel. What do you do? Why is that?
I like to stand out. I like to think that I stand out. Not
20 other models. Yeah. Some girls have a really big
personality. I feel like when it comes to modeling, you have to have the full package. So that's what I'm trying to bring.
What makes you stand out? What the hair, the bone structure, why is that?
My cheekbones are pretty high, but I feel like my personality is the main thing that can make me stand out, because I'm not what you will expect when you first meet me. So.
We did pictures, we did show. This is the last day of the film festival. What have you accomplished at the opening night? What are you trying to accomplish here?
So the first night we did a runway show, and it went very good. It's been good for me. Mostly just network, meet new people, gain new opportunities from this.
Who are the best, important people you met? What's the accomplishment so far? What do you expect to get?
Yes.
I already interviewed a couple of models, and Claire, she told me after this show that opening night she got like 3 really well-paid gigs. Usually she get paid like $200-300 for the shoot, and on those gigs she get like $500-800. So for her it worked.
Yeah, nice, definitely. So yeah, I've definitely had a couple photographers reach out to me for shooting. I'm gonna probably get more on that next week.
Actually, for you, actually mostly the designers asked for you, not the photographers.
Yeah, photographers. I've met a couple designers, so it's been good. I mean, any type of networking, get my name out there will be helpful. So.
Anita,
and of course, meeting you was amazing, right?
Thank you. What's your Instagram one more time?
It's Brianna Taylor.
Guys, check it out. Anita, this is the girl that you asked about. That's her again.
This is me, yes. Follow me.
And